Hi, everybody, and we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a monthly live class. Welcome and thank you for joining me today. My name is Eshimhokhai, and I am the lead coach at Prospeak Life Academy. Please put in the comments, are you joining us for the very first time? If you're joining us for the very first time, put in the comments. Let's celebrate you. Yes. Let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate you. Today, we're going to be talking about a very important subject. Last month, we talked about how your child can express and not impress. Today, we'll be talking about the important subject of meaningful conversation, meaningful presentations, meaningful talk, not just talking to fill silence, but talking to actually make impact. Welcome, everyone, again. My name is Eshimhokhai, and I am the lead coach at Prospeak Life Academy. If you're here, please tell me you can see me clearly. I don't know, I'm seeing something like static around my video, but please confirm if you can see me clearly and you can hear me clearly. Please confirm you can see me and you can hear me clearly. I'll just see how I can improve on video quality. Please let me know you can see me and hear me clearly. Thank you, Nab Dynamic, for joining us this Sunday evening. Thank you very much, Coach Princess of the Most High. Okay, so yes, today we're going to be talking about a very important subject, and we're just going to dive into it. We'll dive into it. I've been getting a lot of questions. As a matter of fact, I got people asking me to talk about to have some important conversations here online. But at the Prospeak Life Academy, we actually have a calendar of events and we have conversations concerning different subjects every month. Some of the conversations you're asking me to have, we've had before. So go back and watch some of our live classes, right? Watch our live classes and you'll be glad you did. So from January through to today, even for last year, the year before, just go ahead and watch our live classes, and I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. But what can you be looking for much more than enrolling your children at the Prospeak Life Academy, where they can actually become confident and be able to speak on any stage? So today we're actually talking about how to raise a child who actually knows their words matter, who actually say things, messages, share their opinions, share their messages that actually make sense. Have you ever listened to a child speak and it seems like the child is just blabbling, just blabbling? Like a teenager actually speak and you're thinking, where is the meaning in there? So today we're going to talk about helping your children from home, helping them from home. Yes, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you help them, right? And then you can take a step further and bring them to the academy so that we can put them through structured and systematic programs that will help them grow. But let me get right into it. How do you raise a child who knows their words matter, who actually speak with substance, speak with meaning? Yes, this is me. My name is Eshimhokhai. I'm a TEDx speaker. Yes, you heard? Yes. And my life dream, I left the bank to actually do this. My life dream is to raise a generation of children who can speak with confidence and impact, who can speak, who can lead, who can inspire. Because at Prospeak Life Academy, we believe that speakers are leaders and leaders are speakers. So yes, today's conversation is about meaning. And a lot of parents are proud of their children when they express. I mean, last month in June, we talked about speaking to express and not just impress. So your child speaks up and you're like, my child, but are they actually making sense? That's the question a lot of parents ask. Your child is talking confidently. Sometimes they might just be speaking to fill space though. Okay, yes, this place is quiet, this place is silent. I can speak, I am bold. But are they actually making sense? Is something actually being said when they speak? Can people listen to them and say, oh, that message makes sense? Oh, that was a meaningful conversation I just had with that young man. So the big question remains, are you raising children who speak a lot or children whose words actually carry weight? Do they just speak to fill up silence? Are they just speaking a lot or talking a lot about so many things? Last month, we talked about how they just jump from one idea to the other. And at the end of the day, if you actually record that session, you realize that they were speaking probably out of context or just speaking to fill silence. So the big question remains, are we raising children who speak a lot or whose words actually carry meaning? When we listen to them, are they actually making sense? When you listen to that bold child, most times we're talking about the shy child. How do we help the shy child? But is your bold, quote and unquote, child actually speaking to make impact? Is their message clear? Is their message meaningful? And that's the question we are going to be talking about today. Now, this is what I want you to do if you're right here and you're raising children. When your child actually says something, or they make a presentation, or they speak in a group, or they speak in class, what usually happens? What usually happens? A, and just help me put this in the chat room, right? A, do they speak to fill the silence? Nobody's saying anything. Oh, yes, Auntie, I know the answer. I know the answer. Are they just speaking because nobody's speaking? B, everyone listens because it matters. When your children speak, people are like, okay, tell me more. Tell me more. Now, I have a almost 19-year-old son, and yes, he's almost 19 now. When Daniel speaks, you want to hear more. It seems like he always investigates things before he has a conversation with you. Sometimes it seems like you're the less knowledgeable one. Most times, rather, it seems like you're the less knowledgeable one. Before you know it, you're having a conversation, he already knows. Or he's investigating. Or he's already researching. Oh, why do people wear clothes this way? He said, oh, do you know that it actually originated from So does everybody listen because it matters when your child speaks? Or C, do they repeat what others already said? So every 27th of May, which is Children's Day in Nigeria, we hold a free class for children all over the world, as many children as can join. Free Zoom class. So our last class, it was a session, or we had a session on impromptu speaking. Okay, pick and sell. Pick and sell. So it was impromptu speaking, and the activity was pick and sell. So you just pick something from your table. So we just instruct the children, pick something from your table, sell it to us. Oh, glasses. Every time it's summertime, I know it's time to put on my sunshade. What about you? Do you wear sunshades during summer? You're going to the beach, you're going to a fun event, glasses. These glasses are your best friend. What's more, these glasses are photochromic, so when you're under the sun, it turns dark. And then when you're using your system, you get a Blu-ray. So something like that, right? And so These children were going on, and then somebody just said something about expensive. This is very expensive, and you would. And then for the next 4 speakers, that's the word I kept hearing. Expensive, expensive. So do they repeat what others already said? Are they actually thinking before they speak? Or they just, okay, the last person said it. Oh, it's very expensive. It's luxurious. So please help me put in the chat room. You're here. So I'm speaking with parents. I raise children who can speak on any platform with confidence, but I need to speak with their parents first. And that's why we have these monthly webinars for parents to find, at least to find where they are, where needs improvement. Let me put it that way. Areas that need improvement, because guess what? When we stop learning, we actually stop dying. So help me put in the chat room, when your child speaks, is it A, they feel the silence? Is it B, everyone listens because they're actually making sense? Or is it C, they repeat what others already said without thinking about it? So if you're a parent here, well, if you can't drop it in the chat room, think about it and just note it down in your journal as we move on. So why does this subject matter? Confidence without substance doesn't prepare a child for real life. Confidence without substance, because you need to speak. Like I always say, that public speaking is the most underrated life skill. Why? Because whatever it is you know, whatever it is your child knows, if they cannot communicate it with clarity to us or to an audience or to a panel of interviewers or to teachers, nobody will know they know what they know. So confidence without substance. So your child just speaks and it appears like they are bold. It doesn't prepare them for real life, because people are looking for meaning. Your audience is looking for meaning. That's what would grab someone's attention when you speak. If you're just talking, if you come on this live and I'm just going on and you're not getting value, you have no reason to stay. So job interviews, leadership responsibilities, relationships, all reward meaningful conversation, meaningful words, not just volume, not just boldness, as a matter of fact, not just speaking. It rewards meaning. So your child is speaking, you are speaking, because eventually we'll get to that part. You have to model it also. So I'm going to be sharing with you signs that actually show that your child talks more than they actually communicate. Sign number 1. These ones, I call them the repeaters. Repeaters, they just repeat without understanding. Like, oh, somebody already said it. Okay, me too. Somebody already said it. Okay, why not? It's expensive. You picked and sold this, right? So it's expensive, it's expensive, it's expensive. They might say some other thing, but expensive will reflect in whatever they are saying. They repeat without understanding. That's a sign. The number 1 sign. These are the repeaters. Can someone please help me put it in the chat room? I love an interactive audience. Can I get that in the chat? Can I get that in the comment section? Number 1, the repeaters. These are signs that your child actually talks more than they communicate. Number 1, the repeaters. Can someone help me? Number 1, the repeaters. Number 1, the repeaters. Can I have it in the comments? Okay. Number 2, these ones I call the sirens. When you think of sirens, right? I call these ones the sirens. The sirens talk to fill silence, not for connection. Thank you very much, Olusoya Emmanuel. Now I know I'm talking to people. Now I know I'm talking to parents. Thank you, Olusoya Emmanuel. Thank you for being on the live. That's a new name. I haven't seen this name on our live before. Welcome to our monthly live webinar. It's so good to have you, Olusoya Emanuela. Forgive me. All right, so number one, the repeaters. Now, can I have in the comments? Number two, the sirens. The sirens realize everywhere is quiet. So let's fill it up with noise. Let's fill it up with some conversation, even when it's not making meaning, even when it's just talk. So the sirens just talk to fill silence. The repeaters repeat what others or previous speakers have said without innovation or creativity. The repeaters just repeat. Anyhow, somebody said it. Oh, Coach Joy said it was good. So I mean, mine is going to be good also, without thinking, without innovation, without creativity. And guess what? There's one very important conversation I need to have with parents, right? You think that public speaking is just all about speaking, but learning to speak publicly actually fits a number of skills. Problem solving, thinking on your feet. Impromptu speaking does that for you. I mean, that's my favorite part of public speaking. When you're not prepared and the microphone is passed to you, or you're just asked the question out of the blue, it builds your thinking ability. It builds your ability to speak on the spot, think on the spot, organize your thoughts, walk or talk under pressure. That's what it does. So the next time you think public speaking, what are they even doing? Think that. Think about those skills. So the repeaters repeat without understanding. The sirens fill the silence. Not to connect, not to share meaning, but let's just feel the silence. And then the number three, I call them the follow. Follow can't explain the why behind their opinion. It's probably borrowed opinion. I think it was 2 months ago we talked about borrowed opinions. Even as an adult. Oh, Iola, it's good to have you. So, the follow, they don't know why things are the way they are. They just follow. They can't explain the why behind their own opinion. I mentioned earlier that we had a conversation 2 or 3 months ago about how, even as an adult, you probably go on Instablog and you see a headline. You read it and immediately you form your opinion. Then you take a step back, go into the comment section and start reading other people's comments. By the time you read the first 2 comments, they negate your opinion. But that's true. Oh, and you follow that comment. That's now your opinion or borrowed opinion. You read the next 2 comments again. I say, it's actually her fault. She did this. You read another one. It's actually, and the next thing, you're tilting towards the other opinion. Dear parents, dear adults, you are part of this. Number 3, the follow. You can't explain why, or somebody else explained it to you and you just borrowed their opinion. Why don't you make up your mind for yourself? And those are children we're raising, children that can think on their own, express their opinion, not the opinion of others. So yes, the sirens talk to fill the silence, but the follow can explain the why behind their opinion. Now, children mirror what gets praised. So if you only praise them when they do right, you're not praising the effort, you're just praising performance, you're praising, oh my God, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's wrong, but if that's the only thing that you praise, is that's the only thing that gets your applause, that's what they will optimize. Oh, so please let's talk. My mom is going to say, oh, I spoke up, right? But are you actually making meaning? So this is the shift that I want you to begin to have. Move from, help your child move from, look at me talking, to listen to what I have to say. So this moves from just performance, this moves from just noise, this moves from just talking to fill the silence or repeating what every other person has said or just forming and borrowing an opinion. It moves from that point to I have a message to convey. Very interesting conversation I had with my son a couple of years back. And on his own, he decided. So my son's Instagram page has nothing, not even a profile picture. I'm like, why don't you have a profile picture? Why don't you even post a picture of you in school or something? He said to me, Mom, I don't have anything to sell yet. When I have something to sell, you would find me on Instagram making posts. And I took a step back. Very interesting. Move from performance to, do I have something to say that is meaningful? Do I have something to impact my world with? Interestingly, this is the shift where we add at the Speak to Inspire contest. If you know all about Prospeak or you're just joining for the very first time, you don't know about Prospeak, we have a contest, a platform where, so we don't just give children their voice and help them speak with confidence and impact. We also give them a platform where they can shine. And that's the Speak to Inspire contest, where children write their own speeches, rehearse, and then come to present. And then they compete for a prize. But that's just by the way. That's just an incentive. Now, what it does is actually grow the, apart from leaving digital footprints for them, is actually help them speak, know that their words matter. And so we've had two of them. We've had them. It's an annual program, right? So we've had Speak to Inspire 2024. We've had Speak to Inspire 2025, and the Speak to Inspire contest 2026 is just by the corner. It begins in November. Now, if you're already at the Speaker Bootcamp, because it's this year, okay. Previous years, it was just children from the Speaker Bootcamp that would enroll, that were eligible to enroll. But this year, we're leaving it open. We're leaving it open for others who are interested. You hear more about it. But yes, this is the shift I want you to have. I'll tell you more about the Speak to Inspire contest as we move on, right? So we move from praising their thoughts and not just their delivery. So you say something like, that was a smart point, oh. That was interesting. Where did you learn that? Where did you pick that from? That was a smart point. Can someone please comment, what's the first shift? What's the first shift? Thank you very much, Olusoya Iyola. Thank you for that point. What's the first shift again? I love an engaged audience. What's the first shift? Thank you very much, Lincoln, for following. Now, what's the first shift? Not praising performance. Can someone help me put the first shift? Now, the second shift is praise their thoughts. Praise what they are thinking, not just their delivery. Oh, you did like this, you did. No, that was the smart point versus you spoke well. That was smart. That was intelligent. That was a brilliant point. Where did you learn that from? How did you find out about that? Did you research it? Praise the thoughts. Praise the thoughts. No, number one. Iyolade is number two. Praise the thought is number two. Number one was about not just praising performance. And this is about praising the thoughts. Number 3, ask questions. Ask, why do you think that? Be curious. Why do you think that? Okay, so why do you think that? And then they'll go on and explain. Sometimes we think our children are just monosyllabic, but what we do is ask them close-ended questions, not open-ended questions. Close-ended questions, they can just say, you can, how are you? Fine. Okay, so why do you think that? They begin to tell you, oh, I saw this documentary the other day. Oh, about that movie we watched. And then you hear a whole conversation and not just headlines and monosyllabic answers. So ask why. When they share a message, when they share their opinions, when they talk about something, ask them why they think so. So that's how to raise thinkers instead of follow sirens or repeaters. You train them to think, to actually use their brains and think and come up with something. That's another part public speaking actually develops. Impromptu speaking develops. Creative thinking. So ask why. Ask why they think the things they think. Ask them why they say the things that they say. So I have a framework that I came up with that I'll be using to explain our next point. Why they should have substance over sound, why your child should speak intentional. Initially, this topic was going to talk about raising intentional speakers or substance over sound or children that speak with meaning. But yes, we came up with this brilliant how to raise children whose voice matter. They actually know their voice matter. And so, yes, the voice framework. So the V is value their voice. This is actually where you come in as parents. As parents, voice framework. So the V is for value. When they share their opinions. Listen. When you want them to speak more about, have more conversations with you, don't ask close-ended questions. Remember what I said earlier, open-ended questions. Why do you think so? How did you come about this? So they can speak more. Many parents are saying their children don't speak, their children, make them, engage them. Engage them with these kind of questions, not just questions that beg for monosyllabic answers. So listen without interrupting. Parents, I know this is hard. There's a temptation of shutting it down, but please listen without interrupting sometimes. Okay, just go on. I know sometimes it seems like it's meaningless, but there's meaning, no. Listen to it. Listen. Listen without interrupting. Listen and make them explain if there are any blurry or unclear areas. So when they feel heard, they know that their voice matters and they begin to speak with meaning. They begin to have conversation, meaningful conversation. So let them know their voice matters. Let them know their voice matters. Value their voice. Number 2, let them understand what it means to speak with a clear beginning, with a clear middle, and with an impactful end every time they speak. Let your children have the consciousness that their conversation should have a clear beginning, a clear middle, and an impactful ending. So for every conversation, for every time they speak, for every time they share their thoughts, beginning, middle, and end. beginning, middle, and end. Use the prep method to teach them to have organized thoughts, to share their thoughts in an organized manner. Prep. P is for points. First, they share their points. R is for reason. They tell us the reason behind that point. E is for example or a story. They share an example to back up their point or a story to back up that point. And then P is for point again. And parents, this can help you too. So every time you come here, it's not about your children alone. This can help you. If you are someone who dreads speaking in public, put this formula at the back of your mind for every time you're asked an impromptu question. Most times, that's what throws us off balance. You're asked a question you were not expecting. You're asked to speak on something you were not expecting to be called. Or as a matter of fact, you were hiding from the spotlight and you were called upon. Use the prep method. With the prep method, you are always prepared. P is for point. R is for reason. E is for example or share a story. Remember, people like gists. Everyone loves stories. So tell a story or give an example or both, and you share your point. And you share your point again. For example, can someone ask me a question in the comments? Yes, I'm the only one speaking. Can someone ask me a question in the comments? Ask me a question in the comments and I'll respond using the prep method. Still, we're talking about the V.O.I.C.E framework. Question in the chat. Can I have a question, Iola? Ask me any question and I'll use the prep method to respond. Question. Let's do this. Can I have a question in the comments and then I respond using the prep? Let me just show you how it is done. So the prep helps you organize your thoughts. So always have them use the prep. At the academy, we take it further. But yes, teach them to use the prep. P for points, R for reason, E for example, R story, and then P for point again. Thank you, Coach Princess. Why is public speaking an essential life skill? Public speaking is an essential life skill because without public speaking, you cannot tell the world what you know. You cannot tell the world the other skills that you possess. No matter how brilliant you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how intelligent you are, if you do not possess the skills to communicate what you know, nobody would know what you know. Reason is, well, that's my reason. An example is, I met a young man once, or story. I met a young man once who was very smart. As a matter of fact, at his company, he actually spearheaded an innovation team, a software. They created a software that was able to optimize some functionalities in the company. And then it was time at a general meeting to honor him, to talk about him, and then to have him respond and also receive an award. Now, this young man disappeared. He did not show up for that meeting. Ask somebody to do it in his stead. Imagine someone who is creative and smart enough to come up with an innovative idea that is able to make a shift in a world-class company, and you actually run and hide because you cannot express the words. You are the one that actually did it. You did the work, yet you cannot stand and receive accolades. That's why I think public speaking is the most essential skill any human being should possess. Coach Princess, prep. So with the prep method, you can help them. Thank you very much, Lincoln. But please, can I take this question at the end? There are games that can be played. There are word games. There are meetings. As a matter of fact, I'm coming to that. So just stay tuned. Okay, so let's move on to I. So V.O.I.C.E. Increase speaking opportunities. This is it, Lincoln. This answers your question. Increase speaking opportunities during family discussions. Let them tell stories, like the pick and sell I shared earlier. Pick and sell. So you can all sit down in the house. Everyone pick something beside you and sell it to me. Make me interested enough to buy it. So pick and sell games, storytelling games, storytelling marathons. At the Speak Out Boot Camp, we do all of this. As a matter of fact, we have a summer boot camp coming up. If you're in Abuja, we have a summer boot camp coming up in Abuja from August 10th to August 21st. We have 2 cohorts. It's for 1 week straight. We have 2 cohorts. Cohort 1 starts from 10th to 4th and ends on 14th, while cohort 2 begins August 17th and ends August 21st. So if you're in Abuja, you want to take this opportunity. It's a place where children are going to learn this essential life skill live. And then we're able to do all of these games in a fun environment. They learn to speak, organize their thoughts, craft speeches, and just build confidence amongst their peers, even make new friends amongst their peers. And I mean, if you're in Abuja, you want your child to be here. So increase these speaking opportunities for your children. Help them stand up where it matters. Help them speak on stage. Help them speak in church. Help them, put them in. It's very uncomfortable, right? Even for adults. Sometimes, even as adults, we don't want to go to places where they just call us impromptu and say, Coach Joy, come and speak. We don't like it. But then, if you practice enough, if you have enough speaking opportunities, you're prepared for a time that you do not know is coming. So you're prepared for future speaking opportunities. Have them read aloud. So Lincoln, this is answering your question already. Have them have family conversations. Let them lead conversations. Let them lead devotions. Let them preach a sermon to you. Let them prepare for life, real life situations, beginning from home. I talk about this every month and I cannot emphasize it enough. Let them read aloud. Now we understand why the Western world actually started practicing reading to their children before we played catch up. Reading aloud to your child helps them not just learn to read, but actually organize their thoughts and also prepare for speaking moments. Children don't become confident speakers by just watching confident speakers. They become confident speakers by speaking. Your child will not become confident just because they are watching other people speak. They will become confident because they keep speaking. They fail, they rise again. The righteous falleth 7 times, and every time he rises again. When you fail, you rise again. But the more speaking opportunities they get, the more they practice speaking, the more confident they become. And C is for coach. Don't correct. Coach. Reframe or use phrases like, let's say that in another way. Can you say that in another way? What's another way in which you can say that? Think about it. It helps them think on their feet. It helps them respond appropriately. So, coach, don't correct. Say it in another way. Let's hear it. It's actually a game. You give a word and say, say it in another way. Write out a sentence and say it in another way. It not just build their vocabulary, but also prepare them for uncertain times when speaking opportunities can just come upon them. They are ready. They are prepared to speak with prep any day. And then finally, E, encourage purposeful communication. Encourage purposeful communication. Let them speak to inform. Encourage them to speak. Encourage them to lead. Encourage them to solve problems. Encourage them to stand up for what is right. Encourage them to take leadership positions. Don't say they are too small. Don't say they are too young. At the speaker bootcamp, our virtual speaker bootcamp, and physical bootcamps as well, we encourage them. They actually share their manifestos and they compete for class leadership. Because at Prospeak Life, like I said earlier, speakers are not just merely speakers. The truth is that if your child can speak and they speak with meaning, they will be nominated for leadership positions naturally. Naturally, speakers are leaders and leaders are speakers. The two are intertwined. So V.O.I.C.E. Do not forget this framework and use it every step of the way. V is for, can someone who has been following me just put that in the comments? V is for value their voice. O is for help them organize their thoughts using the prep. I wish somebody could put all of that for me. I is for increase speaking opportunities for them, make them speak, open them up to places where they can speak, let them speak, let them live. And C is for coach, don't correct, coach them. Not correct. How can we do this better? How can we put it in another way? Coach, not correct. Then finally, E, encourage purposeful communication. Let them speak. If they are speaking, have them tell you what their message, the objective of their message. Are they speaking to inform? Are they speaking to entertain? Are they speaking to educate? Are they speaking? Let them have ambition. Let them have a purpose for their speech. What are the emotions they want to elicit from their audience? So encourage purposeful communication. And then finally, model it yourself. Model it yourself. Let your child see that you're pausing and thinking before you speak. Let them see that you're improving yourself in ways. I mean, children look at us more than they listen to us. That's the truth. So let them see that we're building ourselves up every now and then. You're joining, you're speaking as well. You're not running away from opportunities to speak. Model it. Speak up yourself and stand tall. When they see you doing it, eventually they will catch up. Eventually they will catch up. So this is my final call to you, to all parents. If you want your child to grow in confidence, if you want them to build their ability to communicate, and not just feel noise, not just feel silence rather, but actually communicate with purpose. If you want them to express their ideas clearly, if you want them to speak authentically, to be themselves and not try to be anybody else, and if you want them to influence their world, Prospeak Life Academy is here to partner with you. We're here. So we run speaking boot camps. At Prospeak Life, we have boot camps. We have the speaker boot camps, virtual classes. As a matter of fact, that's our flagship program. It runs for 6 months and in a structured environment. As a matter of fact, if you were in speaker boot camp in 2024, if you come in 2026, we have moved. We have an element on our website dedicated to classes. We have resources on our learning management system. We have we have children. Oh, your child will build not just confidence, they'll build social skills. They'll have clarity when they speak. Yes, they speak with meaning. So if you want your child to grow in confidence, Speaker Bootcamp is where you want them to be, whether virtual for 6 months. We take them through speech crafting, impromptu speaking, and that's always my best, right? Impromptu speaking, speech crafting, giving and receiving feedback, and a host of others, preparing speeches and actually giving them. Leadership positions, they get to be class leaders. They prepare their manifestos and they deliver it. So if you want your child to grow in confidence and to be able to develop communication, impactful communication, please, here is the place where you bring them. If you're interested in our virtual classes, just comment. Thank you very much, my awesome kid. Thank you for joining us. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well. Thank you for joining us. So yes, if you want them to improve their communication skills, bring them right here. For 6 months in a structured environment, we take them through from impromptu speaking to structured speaking to thinking on their feet to communicating without being prepared to sharing manifestos, debating, emceeing event. Oh, that brings me to emceeing event. One of our speaker boot campers actually emceed their school. We need to post that team. Actually emceed their team, their school's graduation ceremony. Yes, graduation ceremony. He was a co-MC actually at their graduation ceremony, and I couldn't be more proud. So yes, these are skills your children pick up naturally at the speaker bootcamp, whether virtual or physical. So just comment bootcamp and any of our team members will be in touch with you. So at Prospeak Life Academy, we help your children communicate confidently. We help them think critically. We help them express ideas clearly, develop leadership skills, and speak with depth and confidence. I mean, that's what we're talking about today. Thank you, Lincoln, for following. Thank you very much. So yes, question and answers. If you have any questions for me, please ask. Lincoln, I hope that I answered your question in voice. So V.O.I.C.E. I beg your pardon. Value their voice. Thank you, Lincoln. Organize their thoughts. Increase speaking opportunity for them. Coach, adult, correct, then encourage purposeful communication. Thank you very much, Lincoln, for this. For the increased speaking opportunities, that actually answered your question. But if you didn't, please ask me, let me know in the comments, and I would respond again. I'm certain it did, but if you didn't, please maybe reward your question and ask me again. So if you have any question, please ask. If not, you can book a free 15-minute discovery call. If you're thinking, is this for my child? Is this not? We can actually have a call. It's for 15 minutes free. We can talk about the best public speaking program for your child or for you. By the way, We have as a matter of, I'm vested into this one, right? For adults, for even parents, you want to model purposeful communication. You want to model, you want your child to be able to see you speak in public, but you have this morbid fear for public speaking. You want to overcome it. Why not? At our website, we have our course on overcoming the fear of public speaking. You want to dive in. It is self-paced. You can learn at your own pace. And then at the end of it, we will have a call and speak with you. So yes, for any parent who cashes in on that today, or anyone listening to me on this live who cashes in on that particular course today, tonight, you're going to get two, not one, two one-on-one conversation with me. So send help to the number on your screen on WhatsApp to get started. I've had a very robust time with you tonight. I hope you did too. If you have any question, now is the time to ask. Or if you want your child to join any of our Speak Out Bootcamp, whether virtual or physical, just send us speak or send us help. I will come running to you. This is what we do. This is our goal at Prospeak Life. This is our mission, to ensure that we raise a generation of children who are able to speak with confidence on any platform. Lead, speak, and inspire. And that's why we have the Speak to Inspire contest. If you're not following us on YouTube, you're watching us live right now. Now is the time to like, not just like our video. Click on that subscribe button. Follow us on all of our social media pages. We're at Prospeak Live. Send us a message on WhatsApp and we will respond to you immediately. So yes, do not forget, model impactful communication yourself. Don't forget the voice framework you've learned today. Don't forget the signs, the telltale signs that your child is not communicating their thoughts with impact, with clarity, and with impact. Are they repeaters? Are they sirens? Or are they follow? So yes, I've had a good conversation with you tonight. If you did, let me have in the comment section, please. Let's hear your comments if you had a good time with us tonight. And if you have any question, I'm still here to take any question. And thank you very much, Lincoln. I'm glad I'm glad my answer melted your questions. Thank you very much, sir. It's a joy to have you on this live, day in, day or month in, month out. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me tonight. If you don't have any questions, if you do have questions, I'm still waiting to answer them. But I just share with you our August bootcamp. If you are in Abuja, you want to take advantage of this one. It's a summer bootcamp 2026. It's a summer bootcamp 2026. So if you are in Abuja, I want your children, would love to have your children join us. So bring them, let them join us for the August boot camp. Is running from 1 week, and we have 2 cohorts from 10th to 21st. From 10th to 21st, and then from 10th to 21st is the entire 2 weeks program. And we have from 10th to 14th, the first cohort, and the second cohort runs through from 17th to 21st. It's physical, it's fun, it's impactful, and I absolutely love, right, to have them live with me. Activities, we're going to take them through several activities, tongue twisters, impromptu speaking, structured speaking, organizing their thoughts, speaking with clarity and impact. And as a matter of fact, any child who attends the live Speak Out Bootcamp will be eligible to compete in our Speak to Inspire contest. So if you don't already know about our Speak to Inspire contest, please thank you very much, Iola. On this YouTube where you are right now, on this channel where you are right now, you can go find out more about it. It holds every November, and we have children competing for a title. As a matter of fact, 3 titles from all over the world. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Iola. Thank you, Lincoln. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Iola. Thank you, Coach P. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Till we meet again in August. In August, we're going to be having our next live class on the 30th of August 2026. 30th of August 2026. Thank you for joining us. And Iola, if you're here and you want to be a volunteer in the academy, please reach out to the number scrolling on your screen, the same WhatsApp line, and then we will be more than willing to have a conversation with you and see where that leads. Iola, you want to be a part of that? We look forward to having you as well. So yes, thank you very much for very wonderful opportunity conversations tonight. Thank you for being a part of this. We appreciate you. We do not take your time for granted. I mean, 1 hour staying with us every last Sunday of the month. We do not take your time for granted at all. Thank you. We appreciate you. And we look forward to welcoming you into the Prospeak Life Academy. We have a thing, right, for Prospeak parents. We call them PPP, Proud Prospeak Parents. So we look forward to welcoming you into the Prospeak community. If you want to join our community as well, just type community in this comment or on any of our socials, and we'll send you, just type community, and we'll send you the link to join the wait list for any of our boot camps or to join the community. At the Prospeak Life community, we have fun every Monday through to Sunday, every week. So we're not just attending to your children, we're also feeding you for free. Interesting, very interesting. Wednesday is my favorite. I don't know if it's Wednesday that's my witty Wednesday, that is my favorite, or Frenzy Friday. You don't want to miss it. You want to join our community? Simply type community on any of our socials and we'll send you the link to join. Simply type community and we will send you the link to join. Once again, thank you very much. I do not take your time for granted at all. Thank you for being a part of our monthly live webinar. See you again until I grace your screen again on 30th of August. Have a very good night and see you August 30th.